She called while I was at the mechanic's shop, hands still slick with grease. Said she needed to talk. Her voice didn't carry the ache of someone who missed me. It was the hollow tone of a person who'd remembered they left something behind. Not someone, but something, like a charger or a house key. I wiped my hands on an old rag, slid into the driver's seat, and listened. For weeks of silence. Then that call. She asked if I'd cooled off, said she was back in town, wanted to talk face to face. I remember staring through the windshield, the late afternoon sun glaring off the hood, thinking how casually she said that, like my pain had just been paused, like I'd been sitting idle while she wandered off for a brief detour. The truth is, I didn't cancel the wedding the moment I found out. I waited. Even after those photos landed in my inbox, her and him, wrapped up in each other, laughing in the very places we used to dream of seeing together. A beach we once circled on a map, a cafe she'd once pointed to in a travel book, saying it looked like poetry. She looked light in those pictures, free, like she'd finally exhaled after months of pretending. That hurt more than anything. Not the betrayal, but the ease of it, as if I'd been the anchor she couldn't wait to unhook from. While I was back home finalizing vendor deposits, double-checking guest lists, making sure her parents got the custom invitations they insisted on, she was barefoot in white sand, with the man she once called a mistake. It wasn't even the vacation that broke me. It was the lie, the silence, the fact that she'd vanished for 10 days and said it was a girl's trip. I believed her because I needed to, because it was easier than facing what I already knew. A mutual friend sent the photos. I didn't react, didn't rage or throw anything. I just sat there on the edge of my bed, phone in hand, staring at proof of what my gut had been trying to say for months. I'd already lost her, maybe not physically, but emotionally. Spiritually, she had let go long before I had. I used to work double shifts to save up for that wedding. She said she wanted simple, but I told her she deserved something beautiful, something timeless. She used to call me generous, said I was too kind. But behind that laugh, I saw the flicker in her eyes, the part of her that wanted to be envied. Just once, I wanted to give her that. I skipped nights out, worked weekends, took every extra job that came my way just so she wouldn't have to worry about a thing. She told me I was her rock, but in the end, I was just the soft landing she needed while she figured out what she really wanted. And it wasn't me. Looking back, I saw it happening in real time, the way her phone was always in her hand, the way her responses became hollow, conversations more like courtesy than connection. I'd ask how her day went, and she'd shrug, scroll through her screen, offer a tired fine. She stopped making plans, always tired, always distracted but never absent. She hovered, just close enough to keep me hoping, just distant enough that I stopped asking too many questions. I thought love meant patience. I thought enduring the quiet moments would lead us back to something real. But sometimes patience turns into self-betrayal. One night, 2 months before the wedding, I saw her smiling down at her phone, scrolling through old photos of them, her and her ex. She didn't know I was watching. That small smile she had, the kind you give to a familiar memory, it wrecked me. She went to bed early that night. I sat on the couch till the sky turned pale. I think that's when I knew she was halfway gone, and I was too stubborn to admit it. Still, I waited. I waited when she flew out for that girl's trip. Watched her drag the suitcase I bought her, still tagged with his old initials. She'd never taken his label off. She kissed me goodbye, told me she loved me, and I said it back, not because I believed it, but because I needed to hear myself say it one last time, even if it was a lie. When the photos surfaced, I didn't argue, didn't reach out. I called the venue, canceled the caterers, called the band, told them the wedding was off, lost a few deposits, saved most. I didn't offer explanations, just said the event wouldn't happen. Then I called her parents, told them politely, formally, that they should inform their guests. I didn't tell them their daughter was barefoot on a beach playing house with someone she once cried over. I didn't need to. What hurt her most, I think, was my silence, that I didn't call her, not even once. I didn't shout or beg or ask her why. I simply disappeared, quietly, like she always wanted, but without giving her the satisfaction of watching me fall apart. She expected a storm, and I gave her a vacuum. I let her shout into an empty canyon. I blocked her number the next day. She emailed me. I never opened them. I knew what she'd say, that it wasn't what it looked like, that she needed clarity, that she was confused. But nobody accidentally ends up in someone else's arms on the same beach they once promised to walk with you. For weeks past. Then she called from a new number. I picked up. I wanted to hear her voice, just to see what it sounded like after everything. She asked if we could meet. I told her no. She fumbled through a script of practiced regret, rehearsed justifications, and quiet apologies. I didn't interrupt. I let the silence stretch, let her feel the shape of what she'd ruined. Then she said she missed me, and I laughed. Just once. She asked what was funny. I said, "Missing someone's easy when you've already destroyed everything they built for you." She cried. I didn't say another word. I hung up. She never called again. Some betrayals don't deserve closure. Some people don't deserve your forgiveness, your softness, your explanations. She made her choice the day she laid down beside him, and I made mine the moment I let her voice dissolve into static. I still have the ring, not as a keepsake, but as a reminder of the man I'll never be again, quiet, blind, endlessly waiting for someone who had already left.